space. It's a frontier of some sort. We don't know if it's the last one because we haven't. You never know which frontier is the final frontier.
The brain.
Because once you get to the end of that frontier, how do you not know there's another frontier?
Yeah, deep space.
Because you haven't explored. That's the nature of a frontier, right? So, but this is a frontier, and actually, I'm gonna have you set the paces this time. So yeah, we'll swap places. There's our two dudes in the bottom right corner. Yeah. Orbiting is just free falling. I remember that from physics class. Going on a low circular orbit. To get a better view of the situation, press the M key to go to the map view. Continue to free fall endlessly around the planet without having to use our engines. So what are we looking at here?
That's the orbit.
This is the map view. Hold right click and move the mouse to look around and see your orbit from different angles. Oh, there's the parapsis. There's the apoapsis. I know those terms. I don't know what good they are. When you're ready, close the map. Pressing the M key. When you find yourself out of control, press T.
Alright.
Yeah, so you press T to... Yeah. You can try it again or continue on. Oh! Those symbols were important. Alright. Well, you pick them from here to show who to point at, but he's going to tell us a little more. Open your map again.
Anti-normal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that. I guess those just tell you what those symbols mean. When you're ready. So apoapsis, whichever one of those means that. It should be one of those symbols. Prograde, retrograde, normal, anti-normal, radio in. Oh, okay, hang on. Apoapsis is the highest point in orbit. The best place to raise your apoapsis is at the periapsis node, which is the lowest point in your orbit. If you hover the mouse over the periapsis node, you'll see that we are going to reach it in a few minutes. Oh. So where it says PE on the, yeah. But I don't know if you have to point yourself in that direction, but we're headed towards the PE.
Let's press period. What's...
To speed up time a little.
There's no period.
Like that period.
That period. 5 times faster than normal.
You can
Crazy how time can do that, right?
You can control time warp using period and comma.
You can actually do that on YouTube too if you don't like how this video's going. Yeah. You can time it by like double speed and just watch it that way. But don't do it.
Or do. Doesn't penalize us for it. It still counts as time watch.
It counts for like however much time they watch. No, so if they watched a 30-minute video on half speed, it would be 15 minutes. No, I know what you mean. You can control time warp with period and comma. This time, I'll put us back at normal time in about a minute before we reach periapsis. We start lowering the rate even lower. Outside of training, though, you'll have to wrap time down, warp time down. Fix it yourself. Okay. To do our burn, turn the ship to face the prograde vector now. So that one's picking one of those. So click that one, and it'll start pointing you towards it.
And now press Z to accelerate at full throttle. Keep thrusting until your apoapsis altitude reaches 800,000 meters.
It looks like it's already there.
So, no, it'll say right there. So hover over that to... Or I think you can right-click it. No.
So
well, that's what we would have to do.
800,000?
X to cut to the 0 thrust.
It's good. It's almost there. Oh.
Yeah. We are rocket scientists. So you're at a 50 times time warp. When we reach apoapsis, we will burn prograde again to raise periapsis. Okay, so when you accelerate at the opposite end of an orbit, it makes the opposite end go further out. So if you accelerate prograde at apoapsis, it makes periapsis higher. And when you accelerate at prograde at apoapsis. So that's
how you push something?
It hasn't slowed down all the way yet, but when we reach same procedure as before, point at prograde and then burn. So fire up the engines all the way. So press Z, I think. Yeah. Keep burning until orbit is nearly... Eccentricity will be 0.
Is it 800,000 again?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Because you want your orbit to be circular.
Oh.
Your orbital inclination is the angle between your orbit and Kerbin's equator. Science!
Glad I didn't go into this. No, I mean,
you probably would have got it down eventually.
I wouldn't want to do it for a living, though.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't there just some algorithm that I can just...
Well, yes, there is now.
Plug into a spreadsheet. That's where it is.
But this is the algorithm that they were using in the 60s when they used pen and paper to go to the moon. Or in this case, the moon. Normal vector. In this case, you will need to use the normal vector to change your orbital inclination. So normal's the triangle. Yeah. So you click it there. And now open throttle. You want your orbital inclination to reach 10 degrees.
Oh, and then what?
Cut your...
X?
Yeah.
It seems like it's been cutting off. Okay.
Well. I would maybe... Yeah. Yeah. For these maneuvers, it's better to do it in the slowest parts possible so you don't have to spend as much delta V on your orbital turnaround. Keep in mind that changing inclination doesn't necessarily mean accelerating to the north or south. It means accelerating at right angles to your current prograde vector. Very much like raising it, only in reverse. Okay, so yeah, turn toward, as you reach apoapsis, turn towards retrograde. Yeah. And then I guess, speed up for you. Oh, wait. Is it keep burning retrograde until the periapsis altitude is 200?
That's right. That's right.
Well, because it's getting smaller. Cut it. Cut it. If you overshoot and get too low, turn prograde and accelerate a little to bring it back up. So, yeah, go the other way. And use left shift to only raise your throttle a little bit.
Or is it just...
Until it hits 200,000 and then cut it again.
Is that it?
Yeah. I got 202. I don't know how big of a difference that makes. Maybe keep burning. Try getting as close as possible. If you overshoot and make it too low, bring it back up for precision. Da, da, da. Yeah, I guess maybe. I wouldn't. Maybe just speed up time using period and comma. Will that? Yeah. Yes, I guess see how exactly close to 200,000 you can get, because it seems like... Oh, you want to do retrograde because you're up above it. So just do like a gentle acceleration with left shift. Now you gotta flip back around to prograde to make it go up. There we go. That's as close as you're gonna get. Oh, wait a second. 20,000. I didn't read that right. Okay, well, keep going. I think you're on... Are you on prograde or retrograde? Oh, okay. Wait, you gotta flip around the other way. Yeah, so go ahead and accelerate. You can go a lot faster this time because it you gotta go. You can, so like you can use shift to just accelerate a little bit. You can use control to go down at the same amount. Oh. That's it. You're now on your way back.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so if we can speed up and watch our return back to orbit.
Okay.
He's super stoked.
Do you want to do the next thing? Or do you want to do that one again? Or you can do the next. It doesn't matter.
We'll just go ahead to the next one. Because I remember the steps. Yeah. Because the next one, we learned science. that Earth?
With a capital
Is that
S.
the moon or is that? Okay, this is Earth. Earth.
Apparently the space tether thing idea is back in circulation.
Space tether.
It's like a space elevator thing where it's just like
Oh,
this really
yeah.
long cable.
Yeah, that's. Why not? Is it Elon Musk? Is he gonna bankroll it? I sure hope he does.
No. I mean, it might be eventually, but not the one I saw, at least.
Yeah.
Elon?
All hail Elon.
Who's, not the correct who's, but who's Elon Musk?
My Elon Musk, obviously. Yeah, because I used the who's that they were using. Yeah. He's Lex Luthor IRL,
The simulation?
and he still has his hair.
The simulation that we're in. You know.
His birth, Elon. And the data input that they gave to the simulation is what Elon is.
Oh, I think I ditched it way too early.
Nah. That's
Nah, couldn't possibly.
Earth, it's getting a little hot in here. We're Russian astronauts, and it's getting a
Oh
little
yeah,
hot.
I used that soundbite in. I referenced that in a weird ambient music thing that we made a while ago. And I called the song "Death of a Cosmonaut" because it was.
So, what do you think about this statement? Everything is relative to everything else. Relatively, that makes sense.
My feelings are relatively.
What if things
Relative.
are really close to each other?
Oh, we survived.
What if you just smush them really close to each other? Then would they be relative to each other? Time is relative to speed.
Time is relative to speed.
Speed is relative to space.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's just relative is just. Here's the definition.
Relative is a relative.
Considered in relation
Yanni.
or in proportion to something else.
Laurel.
So I would argue that it's not relative because they're the same thing. Ooh.
I think we're gonna make it. We missed the. We're pretty close to where the orbiter
We're still gonna get a nice touchdown
into the water, and then wait to
Elon's
be
barge
rescued.
that just automatically moved there. That's what we'd have today.
This is true.
A floating.
We'll
barge.
probably have that in Kerbal space program too. Oh yeah, we're still really high up. Can we radio them? Breaker.
Yeah, relative to my perspective.
Physics warp can affect the structural ability of this craft. As we just... Are they clapping? I don't know.
Slap, slap, slap. That sounds correct. I would bet on myself being
Wrong.
nice.
Cool. I think that's it. Did we survive? I guess we did. Crew hatch.
They're alive in that picture. We have video of them being alive. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Cool.
See, public? They have survived.
Now we learn science. Moon or bust. This might just be a building thing, in which case we will go on to advanced orbiting.
I don't know if I've seen this person in the channel before. Lock and key.
They don't sound familiar to me. A large complex.
So we have enough followers to make like our own little YouTube like tag thing, like / MangoTown, but I didn't know if we wanted to be something.
Okay. This is too many menus for right now. I will... I'm just going to skip ahead to the more advanced tutorials.
Nice.
For just flying, because I don't want to learn to build on screen. Flying to the moon. We're going to the moon. And then next we go to Mars.
One of these days.
Well, we've already been to the moon. Right.
Traveling to the moon, ending in low lunar orbit. Mondays is
Video game night.
Yeah.
And then Tuesdays is board game. And then Wednesdays is chess night.
Press the M key. Map view. Oh my god. Alright, there's a lot more lines here now. What are we doing?
I can't wait till we have like satellite or our satellites that orbit like every moon. That's one of the news I read today. They found 20 more moons around Saturn.
Okay.
That's the thing.
We'll need to arrange for your ship and the target to arrive at the same place at the same time. If you really know what you're doing, you can calculate your own transfer orbit on the fly, or you can try eyeballing it. However, it's much easier to use maneuver nodes. Okay, click on my orbit. Then do I have to zoom in more? Oh, my orbit. Not the thing's orbit. Add maneuver. I'm not going into detail about all of these right now. These are the same vectors from the orbiting 101 thing. So it's got, I know that's prograde and that's retrograde. I don't know what the other ones mean. Normal, anti-normal. And then radial in and radial out. I'm not, You can click and drag different handles to see how the burn made in that direction for that duration would select.
would affect particular orbit. In our particular case, we want to bring the apoapsis up and just add enough to intersect the moon's orbit at a point around 45 degrees ahead of the moon's current position. Oh god. The region in which we can form that body's gravity's strongest sphere of influence. Let's go to it then, with the handles showing. You might have to click on the node to make them appear. Pull the prograde handle until your post-maneuver orbit reaches as high as that of the one of the moon. But going that high is not enough to achieve an actual encounter. As I said before, timing also matters. So you may need to move the node itself until you can get an intercept with the moon. You can do this by clicking the inner circle of the node and dragging it forward or back along the lines of your current orbital path. Jesus.
Well, let's see what happens. Uh-oh. That's not what we want. What is that? Oh, that's the sun's apoapsis. We don't. Kerbal escape. I don't know what that.
I do want to ask you about setting up a bot for this too. For Steam, just to type in like exclamation point Discord or YouTube or whatever to give shortcuts, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
The nodes need to be opposite of the moon.
The nodes need to be. Oh yeah. Oh no. We're getting You can delete the maneuver node and create a new one from scratch. That's what I meant to do, and instead just made another one.
I meant to put this external this cable. I meant to change this cable all weekend. I never did it. I was like,
There we go. That's what I meant to do, was delete it, just to get it to, So I'm going this way, right? Yeah, okay. So I would like to burn prograde.
place the
here.
node on your proapsis.
Yeah. And I want to burn prograde. Yeah. Do I want to achieve a circular orbit?
It saves delta V.
Saves delta V. Oh. The change in. Alright, and so I want to like. Whee. What? No, wasn't what I meant to do. This is what I want to do. I hope it is.
Set moon as target.
Aha! And then closest approach. To move the node itself until you get an intercept change with the moon. You can do this by clicking the inner circle of the node and dragging it forward or back along the current line. Yeah, I thought he was.
In Canada, you're more likely to die of a kick of a moose than a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
Those damn moose limbs. Oh, internet. Move the node in front of the parapsis.
Yeah, it's not quite there.
A lot of conflicts in the Wild West could have just been avoided if the cowboy city planners had just made their towns big enough for everyone. Until you get an encounter.
Until you get. Oh, okay. I think I saw the encounter.
Nice. My asshole neighbor came and rang my doorbell at 3 a.m. this morning. Luckily, I was still up playing my drums. Two male deer are leaving a gay bar, and one turns to the other and says, "I can't believe I just blew $20."
Okay. Now I get it. Doesn't it all make sense now? There we go. There are a few things to notice now, so bring up your nav ball. You will find a few indicators. The bar on the right is a graphical depiction of the velocity change, delta V. Yeah. Well, start the burn. I thought at SAS, turn to prograde, and turn up.
Click the maneuver icon beside your stabilize icon.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this joke not because I think it's good, but it said, was Einstein's theory good? And the answer is relatively. That's a joke that's on the internet.
That's a relatively good joke. Oh, it's getting bigger. We're approaching The predicted one, although I think I used up like a bunch of fuel and stuff.
Story of my puberty.
Ah! Cut. Real burns are never instantaneous. However, close enough is good enough as long as the trajectory markers are shown. If you're not quite satisfied with your moon or intercept, you can still fine-tune it by making small turns. Alright, so I want to like move, warp.
Retrograde is in the chat. I've seen this one before. Robin says, the Batmobile isn't starting. Batman says, did you change the battery? Robin says, what's a Terry?
Well, I thought I was, Did I miss my chance? I think I already wasted all my fuel. We're gonna like crash into the moon. Might end up having to redo it. Yeah, I think I... Nope. Well, let me make another college try. Now that I have slightly more of an idea of how to start getting there, and then we just won't do, we'll wait to do part 2 until next week. Alright. So, I want to headed towards the periapsis and maneuver. I want to burn until
Why can't girls from Alabama do reverse cowgirl?
I don't know.
Because you never turn your back on family.
Indeed. I want to set The moon is a target.
It'd be fun if they had like a space tycoon, like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but with space stuff.
That's kind of like
Tons of space satellites in orbit. Yeah, I was saying like I can't wait till we have tons of satellites over Mars and Mars moons and.
there's a galactic tycoon style game called Aurora 4X. Alright, so if your trajectory is correct, the orbit will align with the shift colors. This indicates the point. Is that where the shift happens? That's the moon. Ascending node and the descending node. Pull the prograde handle until your post-maneuver orbit reaches as high as that of the moon. Post-maneuver orbit.
Like I say, I'm not laughing as much as I would like to at r/jokes. R outside.
I have to say, I'm not surprised.
R outside makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, I don't know what my burn time is supposed to be. How do I tell what my burn time is? In our example, applying this tip means you should start your burn when the countdown timer reaches T-minus 40 seconds. Oh wait. Let's see. Oh. I messed that up again.
the government's money.
This is true.
It's not our money. We're still getting paid to do our job.
There we go. Makes perfect sense, right? You know, you just start drawing circles, and then there's circles. So we're about to be sucked up by the moon's gravity. Which could take up to 6 hours. But we can...
Speed up time. That's what we do. We're the time masters.
Well, I thought it was warping.
Someone messed up their thing and they're like, trying to go to the moon and be like, we're going to overshoot to Jupiter.
And you don't have enough fuel to do anything else. So, bye. Oh, see, I thought you were going to the moon, but you're
Like, I'm pretty sure we have permanent satellites over Mars right now, don't we? I'm pretty sure, like, there's a satellite over Mars that stays there that talks to all the other things that we have on Mars. Satellites over Mars. Looks like there's 6 here. Oh, 2001 Mars Odyssey, Mars Express, Mars something orbiter, because it's cut off, Mars orbiter mission, Maven, Trace gas orbiter.
Huh.
There's another list about the same of ones that were successful but are no longer in mission.
Can we even see the moon from where we are?
Like, do you think we're gonna evolve?
Oh, there it
Like,
is.
because I think the Mars and Earth people, like, there's something we mentioned a while ago that, like, the people that lived on Mars and Earth, like, evolved away from each other.
Yeah, that's the Expanse is like that, and that was the role-playing game that we played. Had people from different, they grew up in different gravitational environments, so their they're like skeletons are different.
So I hope we have a moon base, have a Mars base, maybe like Venus blimps or something like that. But maybe so if we have a moon base, then have another moon base on the Mars moons. I think one's more stable than the other, but
Yeah.
might as well colonize this space.
Colonize these nuts. Hey.
You don't need to convince people with money to go there. You can just print that, so.
Alright. We're about to get sucked up by the moon. Do I need to do anything special here? Oh, okay, so we're under acceleration. Am I just spinning around, or am I getting sucked in? What do I need to do here? Doesn't say.
It says complete.
That was the transmuner injection, so I got mooner instead of lunar. Oh, okay. You're now in the moon's sphere of influence. The moon is the only gravity affecting the motion of your ship. But you're on an escape trajectory relative to the moon, which means you are moving too quickly to orbit it. If we didn't do anything, you would pass it and escape. You need to slow down below escape velocity, burn retrograde at parapsis in order to be captured. If your parapsis is hiding under the moon's surface, that means you will crash unless you do something. You can fix this by creating a maneuver about halfway to the moon. Oh god. We want 0.08. Add maneuver. So I want to burn, I hope, retrograde. And hope I don't fly straight into the surface of the moon.
Well, she made it there, so.
Yep, so there we go. And I guess I want to warp to there. Work complete. T-minus 11 minutes.
I don't know if you still want to do Fire Pro tonight, but I do think we should have a Fire Pro night sometime soon. We just do a bunch of shorter videos.
Yeah.
With the 4v4 teams to set up.
Make our own tournament.
Perhaps.
Alright, 20 seconds until I start burning fuel. I think this is how it's supposed to go anyway. Are we like facing the moon yet or something?
Space.
Oh, did that work? Try to get a reasonably circular orbit. Remember, you can use yet another maneuver mode. If your paraapsis is higher than 200 meters, you'll need to lower your apoapsis first. Ah! Because I want a circular orbit.
My friend said he's never successfully landed. What do you think?
Yeah, I haven't either. I haven't managed to get past this part. I think managing to have gotten this far into orbit is good enough. I'm going to
say sayonara, suckers.
Yeah, sayonara, Kerbal space program. But it's been real. Goodbye.